have go to our storeroom and check that all item is there. So in that case, we have checked like, okay, all item is available from there, then that is fine. We can go to kitchen and start preparation. But if some item is missing, we can go to local market, purchase that item, put into our storeroom, and we can start preparing that item. In kitchen, we are going to perform or we can create that particular food. And once food is ready, we are going to make that food available into plate. And after that, once that food is available into plate, then we are going to serving that food into server. So right now, this process yesterday we have discussed that regarding that particular on day-to-day life. Whenever we are going for party, these many steps we are going to follow. Right now for IT world, what we can do that party is whenever we are going to get that requirement. So requirement is right now, suppose we are getting some new project that name is flipkart.com we have to develop. Then in that planning part, what we are going to putting, we are going to put like, okay, what are things we are going to develop? What we are going to develop, we can make a plan. Suppose first we are going to develop electronics item, or we are going to develop some grocery item shop or something like that. So we can plan accordingly. Once we have planned and we have decided, okay, we are going to do first development on electronics item, then we can jump into our storeroom and find out, okay, this storeroom containing like when we are going to decided, okay, we need to go to that mobile development, we need to go that particular our store, and that store in case of IT, that one is code repo. So if we don't have any code there, then developer they can write their local code, they can write their code in their local system and pushing that code into this particular repository, and that one is called code repo. So whatever we have planned, developer they have written that code and they can publish their code into code repo. And once that publish their code repo, they are going to publish into this pipeline. That one is kitchen. In that pipeline, what there we are going to convert? We are going to convert here human language to machine language. And this particular CI process, they are going to help us to follow some steps and we are going to pass all those things. So right now, what we have done, we have followed this step. And after that, this one is our artifact folder there that we are going to see as a plate. And now we are going to serving that food using that CD pipeline and serving into our Azure infrastructure. So that we have translate into real life example with that actual requirement in IT requirement. Now what we can do, we are going to start with this particular thing, that planning. So right now that Azure DevOps help us to planning, and that they have given is board. And then once board is clear, we are planning everything. Now we are going to go on Azure repo. So repo help us to perform that code repository. We are going to keeping that code repository here. And in local market, that nothing but that one is local system where we are committing code, pushing code, push we are going to perform in Azure repo. And in this particular pipeline, we are going to perform here that CI pipeline. This CI pipeline we are going to perform. Okay, and this particular stuff, when your item is ready, that we are going to tell here artifact. And then we are going to put here release pipeline, that one is CD. And this one is our Azure, where that one is providing our all infrastructure like server, networking, storage, and everything. So up to that we have discussed yesterday. So do you guys have any query till now, or we are good to go?
No queries, sir.
Okay, good, good. So what after that we have discussed that we have planning to go and set up that one. What is that setup? We are planning to set up that one mobile application there, or I can say like a mobile shop owner, they want to do that development, their application, they want to sell their mobile over internet. But before that, we need to know what is cloud, why cloud is going to be more famous right now. So right now I can say like for my term, cloud is nothing but that one is shopping mall for me. So shopping mall, what is meaning of that shopping mall? Shopping mall means we can go a big shopping mall, and there we are, based on our requirement, we are going to go and purchase that item. Sometime we don't have to purchase anything. We can go and we can just spend some time there and we can return back to our home. So similar, if you can say that shopping mall structure is that your shopping mall, every shopping mall you can see they have divided into multiple floors, and each floor generally you can see they have their own distribution. Like some floor, that one is dedicated for electronics item, some floor that one is dedicated for food item, some floor that one is dedicated to clothes item. And we are using all those things in our day-to-day life so that we can easily correlate, okay, this one is electronics item, this one is food item, and this one is clothes item. And how we can recognize? Because each item has their different property. So similar right now, cloud is also right now you can say they have divided into three floors. One is infrastructure as a service, one is platform as a service, and one is software as a service. So right now we are going to know like, okay, how these things is going to work. Like what are property behind this infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service, so that whatever item is available in this floor, we can recognize with their property. So we need to know that property for each and every type of item. So right now, what we can know what we are going to discuss here. We are going to discuss about what are those property here, that infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. So let me go and let me open that particular PPT. So here, if you can see that property, if you can see here that there is different type of cloud. One is infrastructure as a service, one is platform as a service, one is software as a service, and one is tradition approach. Means what is our traditional approach? Traditional approach is we are not going to move our infrastructure in cloud. We are going to set up everything our own. So that one is traditional approach. So what actually it is going to be happen in traditional approach? In that traditional approach that we are going to discuss here, like everything in our control. So here suppose today I'm planning to run my application, and to run my application I need server, I need networking, I need a storage, I need runtime. Everything we are going to set up by our own. So that is the traditional approach. But right now that this infrastructure is outdated. we are moving over cloud. So right now that cloud, this one is divided into this part. First is infrastructure as a service, IaaS. So if we are going to go and learn about this thing, then in this case we have more control. Right now in that infrastructure as a service, we are going to deal with OS, we are going to deal with middleware, we are going to deal with runtime, we are going to deal with data, we are dealing with application. And few things, that one is already managed by vendor. Means here in this case, Microsoft Azure. Like Microsoft, they are going to manage, that one is virtualization, server, storage, and networking. So ultimately, whenever we are going to go and set up our infrastructure, these are the parameter is mainly required to set up. So out of that, if we are moving our infrastructure in cloud, in case of infrastructure as a services, here you can see that they have given you more control, but less control over traditional approach. But other comparison, if we can go platform as a service and software as a service, as compared to these two, they have given you more control in your hand. You can done some modification on OS level. You can done some modification on middleware level. You can done some modification on runtime level, data and application. But when we are moving our application platform as a services, then we are going to deal with application and data only. Rest everything, that one is going to manage by vendor. Networking to runtime, that one is managed by vendor. So whenever we are going to go and deal with application, we need to know like what type of infrastructure is required. And now at the end, when we are going to use software as a service, everything is going to controlled by vendor. So that one of that best example of this software as a service, suppose right now we are going to see that Gmail services, or you can say email services. Email services is what? We don't know where my data is stored. We don't know what is my backup plan. We don't know how much storage we have used, or we can do that one. Just as a client, we are sending mail, receiving mail, everything we are doing there. So that is one of the typical example of software as a service. Similar, suppose you are going to set up some application where you are going to deal with application and data, then we can go and mark that type is platform as a services. And similar infrastructure as a services, we can go here, more control over there. So right now what we have done here, we have understood here on that floor part. Here we can go that we have seen like there is some property behind that infrastructure as a service. Here there is property behind that in infrastructure as a service. And you can say like platform as a service also, but there is less control. And in software as a service, we don't have any control, that everything is going to manage by vendor. Here everything is going to manage by vendor. Here less control. And in this case, everything controlled by. Okay. So right now, these are the three things. One is infrastructure as a service, one is platform as a service, and one is software as a service. So right now we have seen, so first we can go to that shopping mall. We have seen this three floor is there. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Now I need to go and purchase that item. Some item. Here there is list of item. We are beginners, so we don't know what are item inside that infrastructure as a service, but assume Right now, there is some item available inside this we are going to purchase. Similar, some item is available here as well. So we can go, we can purchase those items. And some item is available here as well. Some item is available here as well. So right now, based on their property, and what property? That control, how much control we want as a developer, as a architecture, or how much control we want to give to that particular vendor, means in sense of cloud. And that basically gives us problem statement, like whatever solution where who is inspired me to visit this particular cloud shop, that our requirement. Requirement basically motivate me to go and visit this shopping mall. And requirement, whenever we are going to deal with requirement, we need to know, okay, what I need to work there. So suppose if I'm dealing with application and data only, then I can go on platform as a service floor. If I need, no, I need OS control, I need data control, I need application control, I need runtime control, then I need to go on infrastructure as a service. And suppose I don't need any control, I want to consume and use it, then case I can go software as a service. So in that way, my requirement basically motivates me to go and visit this shopping mall. And based on my requirement, I'm going to go and jump into any floor and do that shopping. So let me discuss one problem statement here. And let me first divide like which category we are going to go and do that shopping. Just category. What we are going to do, that we are going to discuss later. But first, what category we can do. So here, I'm just going to read out here. Our client is an e-commerce service provider, an easy way to sell product to a large customer base. However, there is a lot of competition among multiple e-commerce sites. When users land on e-commerce site, they accept to find what they are looking for quickly and easily. Customer want to save our data in relational database, also want to log the application exception detail in centralized cloud-based environment. So right now, if we can go and problem statement deep dive, then our client want to set up some e-commerce application and they are going to deal with data only. So right now they are dealing with application and data. So right now in that case, which section we want to go and swap here? My team member,
Pass.
yeah, correct. So right now we can go here, platform as a service. So right now we have decided, okay, see here that we have problem statement, and then we understand, okay, we need to go and purchase that item from platform as a service. Now, what I need to purchase? Inside this floor, there is multiple item. So what we need to purchase? So right now for that, basically that coming with slowly we are going to learn that one. But inside that, if you can see here, platform as a service, suppose here web app, if we are going to set up web application, that name of this particular item that we are going to tell here resource. So right now we are going to select here web app resource. We are going to select here API app resource. We are going to select here API management resource. So these all are the different kind of item inside platform as a services. Similar infrastructure as a services, you can go here, you can see virtual machine, window virtual machine, Linux virtual machine, container. These all are the part of infrastructure as a services. And similar, if we can go software as a service, then we can use Key Vault and everything that is part of software as a service. So right now that we are going, there is the big list here. We are not going to discuss everything right now because we are going to go more details on all those things. But for now, for high level, that we have divided in that floor, and each floor that item is there, and what item is there, these many item is available there. So right now, to set up that application, whatever we have seen, like e-commerce application we are going to do setup, then we need to go and do that shopping in platform as a services, and there we are going to do that shopping on web app or app services. You can say that we are going to set up that app services. There we are going to deal with application and data. So right now it is clear to all of you up to that, whatever why we are choosing here app services, how we are jump into this. Is it clear to all of you? Yeah,
Yes, sir. Clear, sir.
okay. Other one, do you have any thought here? Okay, okay, no problem. So right now what we have done, we have set up here. So right now what we can do, we are going to deal with this particular application here. So suppose what yesterday we have discussed, there is mobile shop, and he is doing business right now in his local market, and he want to expand their business. So once he want to expand their business, then what they are going to do, whenever they are going to do this one, then they are planning, they are coming to us, whatever team member right now join, they are coming in front of us, and they are planning to set up that web application. So here they are planning to set up web application. They are telling boss, you can set up some e-commerce application so that we can sell my all mobile set over internet, so that I have huge customer audience or I have huge customer base for my business. So for that purpose, we are going to set up here web application. So right now, very small requirement we have. There is a small local shop. They are selling mobile shop in their local market. Right now, they want to expand their business. They are coming and they are going to set up here web application, or they want to set up a application using that user can go and order something and they can purchase it. Something like some application we are going to set up for this mobile shop. So once that requirement is coming, first what we can do, first we can plan it. First what we can do, first we can plan it. Here we are going to plan it. And what is planning? Planning consists of who is going to deal with what. So some of team member, they are expert in coding. They are going to write coding for this. Some of team member, they are expert in DevOps. They are going to do DevOps work. Some team member expert in Azure Admin. They are going to do and perform this Azure Admin related stuff. So right now in planning on high level, there is three type of planning we need. First, code. Who is going to write code? Second, what we are planning, like who is help us to DevOps. And third, who is help us to Azure infra. who is going to help us with Azure Infra. So we need planning. These three terms we need planning within all of us. What is code we are going to write? What is DevOps process we are going to write? And what is Azure Infra we are going to write? So first we can go and we can set up our Azure Infra and let's see how things is going to work. So let me go here. Here, this one is I have already Azure account. I have login, and once I log in here, I can see this one is your master search bar. Anything you can search here. If you want, you can search here quick navigation bar. So right now what we are going to do for web application, we are going to create Azure infrastructure. So for web application, we are going to create here app services. So here I can search here app services from here. App services here, see that one is coming. And right now we are going to create app services. So right now here we have, once we have come on that to create app services, first we need to fill few basic details. And what is that? Why we need app services? That is our infrastructure to run my web application. So first we have plan, and according to plan, we are going to set up first Azure Infra, then we are going to set up code, and then we are going to discuss about DevOps process. So today we are going to set up Azure Infra. So how I have done, I have logged into my account, I have searched here app services, and I'm going to create that app services. So once I'm going to create that app services, first they are asking what is your subscription. So what is meaning of subscription? That meaning of subscription is here like your wallet. That yesterday we have discussed, when we are going to do that, visit this shopping mall, I need gate pass. So here this one is your gate pass, you can say. So whatever amount they are going to charge this particular app services, they are going to charge against this your Azure subscription. So right now I can go refresh this one. And right now we have given that our wallet, okay, that Azure is given that Azure subscription. Now when we are going to start purchase, first we need plastic bag in shopping mall, and there is no use of plastic bag, just that one is going to wrap up or to carry our item in proper way. We need that particular plastic bag. Similar in here, resource group is one of that plastic bag. Using this, what we are going to do here, we are going to create that resource group. And this resource group, you can say that one is logical segregation of your resource. So right now here, this web app we are creating, and we are going to make sure using this particular resource group name, that one is dedicated for development. We are going to create this app services or web app for development environment. And this one is logical segregation of my resource. So there is no use and there is no charge of this resource group. You can create multiple resource group free. So here right now, we have created here resource group. And once we have created resource group, then we can go and we can do here name something. Here I can go learning. Some unique name we can put. Here we are going to put that unique name. And now here I'm going to select random any value. And here I'm going to select an operating system, and region I can select here India, Central India, and rest I can keep here that. This one is one of that important area. Once I fill all those details, what is my logical segregation, what is my services, what code I'm going to do the deployment, then they are asking me here SKU and size. and that one is the cost associated with that. So I'll request everyone, whenever you are going to create any resource, please make sure like you are completely aware on that pricing part. Otherwise, if I'm going to create here by default, then they are going to charge 5,785 in INR. So always we need to check what is charge associated with this particular resource. So right now what we can do, we can go dev and test, because we are going for learning purpose. So we can go here free one and we can apply. So right now we are going to create here app services, and this app services help us to run my web application. And here, and that one is free of cost. So let me go review it and create it. Let me review it and create it. Yeah, so see here that resource is created. And right now we are going to browse this one. So here see that your web application is ready. Right now where your web app is running, waiting for your content. So right now my application is running here. This one is waiting for my content, means what code I want to do the deployment, they are waiting for that. So up to that, it is clear to all of you why we have created this particular application and what are things we have done. Any doubt, any point, anything? We are good to go. Okay, so that is fine, no problem. We are consider everything looks good. So right now our goal is, okay, my infrastructure is ready here, this one is ready. We have done our infrastructure ready here. Now what we need to do, we need to do that coding part. And where we can perform coding, we can perform coding in our local system. So here I have already done coding, and right now here you can see this one is my code here. So here I can go delete this one first. So here right now you can see that code I have performed in my local system. So here from my local system I can run this code. So here I can go. Here I'm going to run that one. So see, right now they are running here C drive user download canvas app index.html page. So right now we are running from that local system. Now our goal is here that coding part is also done. So right now coding part is also done. So right now we need to go on DevOps process. We need to follow DevOps process to move our code from local system to this app services, so that we are going to browse that our application and that one is working fine. So right now, who is going to help us? That particular DevOps process going to help us. So is there any doubt, guys? Okay, so there is no any question, so we are good to go here. Okay, so right now what we can do, our goal is to pass this particular, we can use here DevOps process to transfer my code from local system to Azure infra. That is basically DevOps process help us. So let me go, we can go there, we can log into Azure DevOps, and we are going to use this process. So right now, what we can do, we can perform this operation without Azure DevOps. Let me see how we can do. Then we can perform with Azure DevOps. That gets most interesting here. So right now, once app services we have created, we can see here, these are the few navigation control here. So here, I think browse, we have browse, start, stop, restart, delete, refresh, everything that one is known and we can use by ourselves. But right now here, that get publish profile or reset publish profile, we need to know. So right now what we can do, we can download this get publish profile. And once we are going to download this get publish profile, we can open this one in Notepad. Here you can see learning 637.publish settings. I can go there in download. Here this one I can go edit with Notepad++. I can go there, and right now something is coming here. Let me go. Let me do one thing. Pretty and intended, that one. And language we can use XML. So right now you can see here, this one is publish profile is giving us this particular XML. And this XML containing here, you can see, if you see closely, there is username, there is password, there is URL. So ultimately, what actually happening in behind that scene, whenever we have created that app services, they have created one server and they have given us control. So right now what we can do, we can connect that FTP, we can connect this particular server using FTP, and we are going to pass that our value. So here we can go, we can know. So right now what we can do, we can connect this particular server using that FTP, and we can deploy our file, and then we can see. So let me go here, WinCP. Using this, we are able to connect that FTP. So here they are asking what is host name, what is username, what is password. So let me go here, host name, we are going to pass this value. So we can copy this one FTP. We can copy this one. And here username I need to pass. What I need to pass? I need to pass this username. And I need to pass password. What I need to pass? This one is my password. I can go here and I can pass password. Now I'm going to log in. So here that one is connected. You can see right now when I'm browsing this application, whatever you can see here, that particular page is nothing but that one is this page. Here hosting start.html. Here if we can edit it, you can see this page actually we are able to see right now. So what we can do, we can delete this one. Right now this page is deleted. What we can do, once page is, this side is the guys, my Azure computer. This size is my local computer. Here you can see download canvas F folder. So right now I have deleted that file in that my Azure computer. Now I can do one thing. This application is working fine. I can hit again. See here, you don't have permission to view directory or page. So right now they will start throwing error. So let me do one thing. Let me do our code deployment here. So what I can do, I can copy everything, select that one, copy and paste into here this side. So once I have pasted here, right now you can see that file is transferring, copy pasting. And this file is copy pasting from my local computer to your server. That one is happening here. So right now we are transferring our file from local system to Azure system. Means we are deploying our code. There is no Azure DevOps process. So right now we are doing here manual. So right now we can pass this one. See, now whatever code is here, everything here in right side as well. And this one is my Azure code, Azure server. So let me do one thing. Let me go. Now let me refresh. See, now my code is deployed here. See, my application is deployed here. Here we are going to good. Interesting. See how quickly we can do the deployment, how quickly we can set up that our application. Now, if I can pass this URL to everyone, you are able to browse that application. If you can go, if you can see that your chat, I have shared that one. You are able to see your application. Can you please confirm over that? Are you able to browse that application? Just hit that URL and you are able to see whatever I can see here. Can you please confirm? Are you able to see that this application I have shared in that chat? That application is opening, not opening. Have you checked?
Not it's checking.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's opening, sir.
yeah.
It's
So
open,
other,
sir.
yeah, good, good, good. What about Raju? What about Asa? What about Binit? Arjun? Are you able to see Ajay?
Yes, sir, it's opening.
Good, 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 good. So here right now we have seen here like how quickly we have done our application up and running. So right now, whatever stuff we have done, if we can recap here, here we can save this one. Here we are going to recap this one. Whatever stuff we have done, first we have planned. Now what we have done, we have set up that app services. We have set up app services. And now once app services we have set up, we have transfer file. Here what we have done, here we have transfer file. Here we have done this. This one is my local system. local system. Here I have copy paste file in app services, and then our work is working fine. So that is the stuff we have done today, and that one is completely manual process. Manually we have done. Manually process we have followed that local system to app services, and we are going to do that particular manual process automatic tomorrow. Tomorrow we are going to learn here DevOps process to deploy our code from local system to app services. Correct? So that one is our tomorrow learning. For today, that's all we have discussed about that app services, Azure infrastructure, how we can do that deployment with local system, everything we have learned today. So now, do you guys have any query, anything? Then you can feel free to discuss. Okay. So if you don't have any query, then we are good to go to close our session. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.